Tulu! Tulu's first tonight. Hello, Tulu. Uh, Shade Tree Racing. Hello. Dennis. Hello. Says hello everyone. See Carlo. How you doing, Carlo? We ready to get the day started, aren't we? Hot dog. I like it. See if I can. There we go. Let's see what we got here. I'm already. All right, let's see. Daryl says, Randy Tulu, Big Dennis, how's everybody doing today? There's, so damn it, why does it do that? So, what's new, Pops? Just the same old, same old. Just trying to make the day go by, trying to get everything going, getting ready for the 31st. How about for you? Carlos said Mac, Tulu. Tulu said Mac. Let's see, who am I talking to here? Jay Salone. Let's see. How'd everybody's beautiful day go? Olivia, hi, said Olivia. How you doing, girl? Welcome. Let's see, just trying to get better. I've been sick for a few days. I'll tell you what, seems like go around. Justin's been sick about all week. Daryl said, Olivia said, F this day just as bad as the others. Oh man, that's not good. Noah said 6-7. Jesus said, Jesus is King said hello. Carlos says, okay, it's Olivia Bella. Noah said 6-7. Hey, Noah likes 6-7. Daryl says, I had a great time at the show. Just walked in. Well, I haven't been here long. I went and picked Randy up. We went to the truck show over. I kept saying C10 Nationals. It's not. It was C10 Revival. And I just took him back and sat down and ate a little bit. It took me about a 15-minute nap. And Olivia says, hi, Carlo. Olivia says, I watched the live Mac. I liked some of the cars. We had no service there, so I couldn't do a live. Shade Tree said, what's up? Jesus is King. See, Ice said, the legend is still alive. That's right. I hope you're not reading all of them comments still. I do. I try to read every one of them unless there's something stupid. Let's see. It is kind of harder for me to do it because for some reason YouTube's changed everybody's name. So I have to figure out exactly what the names are and who I'm talking to. Jonathan said, if you spit on your phone, I'll send $20. Send $20 first. Daryl says, I'm wore out too. I tell you, it wore me out. I know Randy's hand's tired though. All he had to do was push a button all around. I followed him. Good Lord. I still don't think we covered it all. Jonathan said, Money Joe Kings, whatever. What a legend, said Ice. Heavy Flows said, let me crack. Crack a crack. David said, wait, you were at a car show too? Yes. C10 National. C10 Revival up here at the farm park right here close to the shop. Love for Humanity said that flag reminds me of Genesis, whatever that is. Daryl says, did you go live, Randy? No, there was no service at the park at all. When my alarm system kept going off, I think the flags kept turning it on, and it was hard for me even to see what was going on. Jesus is King says, I subscribe. What do you do? My full-time job is I work as a track inspector on the railroad, and Randy works on the railroad as either he drives the train or he's a conductor, and then we do this this tire shop on the side, YouTube, and what our regular projects here. That's what we are pretty wide open all the time. Then it said metal art. Bick, never done projects. Hello everyone, said Bick. Come, said Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you too. 10 said hi. 10 Pot said hi. Daryl says Bick. Olivia says, oh, the one JG went to as well. I don't know, but I would say he did. I don't know what JG done. I don't really. I didn't see him. Big says Daryl. Then it says I'm just a little bit tired too. So Olivia said, did you go watch the dyno testing as well? No, I did not. Time I went and picked Randy up, went to the show, come back. I think Randy wanted to, but to be honest with you, I was wore out. So he had a birthday party to get to, so I took him on back. And he went to his birthday party, and I come back here. Carlos said, what's up, Big? Jesus is King. Says, okay, cool. Daryl said, same show. Christian says, damn, you got a nice bald head. Thank you. Frisco says, are you black? Because you look white. Well, that's kind of a stupid question then. If you're not blind, you should ought to know, shouldn't you? Vic says, Toys RC. Whoop, whoop. Chris says, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, I guess. Nick says, wow, boy, the trolls are out tonight. Y'all ain't got nothing better to do. Sit in your mom's basement and do stuff. Let's see, Vic says, hey, Trey Taylor. I'm surprised y'all moms let y'all down in the basement. I guess if y'all in the basement leaving your mom alone, she don't care what you do. Nick says, I feel like I've been stabbed in the heart. Dang, that's not good. At least you have it. Let's see. Jesus is King's laughing. Lotus said, hello, hello. Big Chill Dog said, my mom is making me a toaster strudel. My mom is making me a toaster strudel right now. That's awful nice of her. I hope she puts that little stuff on top. That's nice. Lily says, Nick, it only offends you because it's true. Daryl said, Lotus. Lily said, shut up, Lotus. Daryl said, should have come up today. Yeah. Lotus said, hi, Daryl. Lotus said, what's up, Olivia? See, Big Chill said she always puts it's on really good. That's awesome. I tell you what, it's good that your mama takes care of you like that. See, Olivia says, hi, Lotus. Lotus says, oh, I said, hi. Carlos said, what's up, Lotus? Let's see, Jane said, hi, everyone. Hello, Jane. Lotus said, what's up, Carlo? Lotus says, Jane. Jane said, hi, Pops. Well, hello, Jane. Daryl said, Jane, Olivia, I don't know why I just wanted to say it because I haven't said it in a while. I hear you, Olivia. See, Lotus, why are you so fisty today, Olivia? Big said, Jane? Whoop, whoop. And we're tired. King says, did you like Red Dead Redemption? Don't know what you're talking about. Jane said, hi, Lotus, Carlo, Olivia, and Daryl. Jesus is King. It's a game. Oh, I don't know then. I've never played it. I don't play games. Jane said, hi, Bob. King says, it's a Western video game, really fun. I don't play games. Sorry. Tree said Red Dead is for life. Daniel says, hi everyone, happy Saturday. Jane says, not sure not used to the names. Man, I know it's hard for me to figure out who I'm talking to. Daryl says, we had 167 vehicle registers today. There is no telling how many vehicles that was at. That's this one here. I'm telling you, it was good Lord. Colleen says, hello everyone. Jane says, hi Daniel. Livia says, Lotus, why you got a centimeter for Carlos said, confirm that you would like, let's see, Colleen Mac, Mama Jane. Jane says, Sharko looked great, Daryl. King sending jewels. Oh, thank you, King. Appreciate the jewels. Colleen said, Lotus. Hey, Jane said, hey, Liv. Lotus says, if it does that even, what does that even mean? Oh, I see what it says. What does what mean? See, Daryl says, I bet a couple thousand that show you, I bet a couple thousand at the show you went to. They said it was a lot bigger this year than it was last year. I'm telling you, everywhere I looked, there was trucks, and there were some cool trucks there too. Lotus says, hi, Colleen. Levy said, they said 1,700 cars at Show Pops. It would not surprise me at all. Olivia said, yelling at me for no reason again. See, Olivia says, I'm not yelling at him. I'm not yelling at him, man. She said, get over yourself, Lotus. You're not that special for her to holler at you. Alan says, hey, how are you doing today, my friend? I'm doing great, and I hope you are. Olivia said, Mary says, hello, Never Done Projects. Thank you guys for checking out and commenting on my music. You're welcome. Thank you for coming in. I thought it was pretty cool. King said, thoughts on a 72 Chevy Cheyenne Super. I like it. Think they're cool. They said music? Yes, he's got some cool music. Mary Grimm F1U said it's pretty cool. Some funny stuff. Libby's Jesus is King? Question mark? Libby says, Lotus, why hasn't your car made music yet? I want to hear it. They said, yeah, Olivia, check it out. Yeah, go check Mary Grimm out, Olivia. Everybody, for that matter. Everybody showed love. Helen says, have had a chance to check the baits I've been making. I've been wide open. I've not. This matter of fact, up to about 30 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago, this computer wasn't on. Well, I turned it on this morning, checked the comments over last night's video, but that was it. Turned it right back off. Lotus said, 1 second. Lotus said, I will. Daryl said, the live I did, I walked around almost every single vehicle in it. That was cool. That's what I was telling Adam. Adam called me, and I was talking to him, and I'll be honest with you, I was walking around, but I didn't walk in individual vehicles, just walking, and I don't even know what the footage looks like, because, like I said, the more I walk, the more vehicles you would see. King says, do you care for Jeeps? I mean, I like them. They're okay. I know Justin does not, but I like certain ones. Kyle says, Larry Lawton from Team U. Let's see, Olivia says, yeah, we like our Jeeps, right, Lotus? Lotus, Olivia, watch that. Helen says, I love my Jeep. Daryl says everybody likes to put ducks on what they think is his Jeep. Daryl said, I ain't got no Jeep. I got a Hummer. Don't put no damn ducks on my Hummer. as much as you love ducks, said Lotus. Mike, happy Saturday, everyone. Hello, Mike. Olivia said, hi, Mike. Helen says, duck, duck, jeep. There you go. LOL. Lol. Dale said, Hummer in the shop. Uh-oh. That's not good. Carlos says, hello, Long. Olivia says, I like ducks, actually, Lotus. She likes ducks, especially Daffy Duck. Lotus said, did you watch the video, Olivia? Daryl said, Long. See, Long said, Carlo, Mac. Brian says, nice wig. Yeah, man, I worked on it hard this morning, too. Luke says, no, I didn't get nothing. Daryl said, rebuilding the whole front end and full service. Well, there you go. At least it'll drive right when you get back, especially with them new tires. Mike says, hi, Olivia. Lotus says, can you see that link? King sending more jewels. Thank you, King. See, there's Adam. Hey, y'all, what's up? Same old, same old. How about for you, Adam? Olivia says, no, you have our number. Just get it that way. Send it that way. Daryl says, gotta be right if I'm going to own it. That's right. Make sure it's right. Olivia said, yeet. Adam said, Olivia. Jane said, hey, Mike and Adam. Carlos said, it's a great feeling when my meds kick in. Oh, yeah. Olivia says, hi, Adam. What is this name here? Linda says, hi. Hello, Linda. Like I said, sorry for that. It's hard for me to, is it Kara? 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 K-A-R-A? Kara, is that what it is? Daryl said, hi, Adam. Adam says, hope you had a good time today, Daryl. Alan said, should be doing some fishing this next week. I have some prototypes to try out. Cool. Mike said, hi, Jane and Adam. Adam said, Jane. Liv said, Mike, what has Boggy been up to? He hasn't told me anything yet. And did he find that Ford Falcon he has been looking for? Maria said, what's up? Hello, Maria. Daryl said, I had a blast trying to change the new phone now. Oh, XXX says, what do you think about the No Kings protest today? I don't get into the protest. I didn't know what the deal was, and I don't care about protest. Adam said, wrench. Carlos said, Jewel, empty my capsule into water. It's okay. I feel it works better this way. Adam said, no politics comments in the chat, please. Mike says, Howland, how are you? Daryl says, he was in the live today. He got a motel he said. Letter said, there, I sent it to you on a text. Blue, remember me? Yes, I do remember you. Lotus said, we don't have a king. This isn't a monarch. Triple X says Trump 2028. We do not do politics or religion in here. You're welcome to stay, but we don't do those, please. Adam said Lotus. Daryl said no politics. Chef says check out Stanford University Engineering Web 3 project, the PI network. Lotus said 100% vote for the King Trump. Jesus is king. We cannot do politics, not in this channel, no. Helen says, I'm doing good. Awesome. Lotus says, what's up, Greece? Adam said, no politics, Lotus. Olivia said he had what he find because he is still dumpster diving. Carlos said, what's up, Adam? Carol said, he said a bunch of junk so far. Adam said, big. Olivia said, oh, a Model A. Adam said, Lotus, you have a good day today. Olivia said, boring. Jesus the King, I was saying it like saying to keep it out. That's right. Then no politics. That's right. Sounds good to me. Like I said, if you've been in here before, you understand we just don't do it because it's such a controversial subject and we like to stay on positive vibes in here. Lotus says, if it is so boring, why are you obsessed? Let's see. Your local chef said, hello, hello. Jesus is King says, yeah. Adam said, whoever said the only king is our Lord and Savior, you are 100% correct. Daryl says, we try to keep it upbeat and no bickering. That's exactly right. Lift each other up and try not to say anything negative and enjoy the time we have here. Let's see. Your local chef said, my name is Sanjay. Sanjay? Somebody abbreviate that out so I'll be saying it right, please. Gator said, got a cross and a gator. Hello, Gator. Lotus says, I demand my right to bicker. No. No, we don't like bickering. Bickering, no bickering. Lotus said, what's up, Gator? Colleen said, donate 1,000. Please do, that would be awesome. Daryl said, Gator. Lotus said, yes, no. Adam said, Lotus, you got Olivia in here, you can bicker. Gator says, hey, Lotus. Jane said, hi, Gator. Whoops. Jane said, Sanji, is that it? Sanji? I'll try to remember that. Adam, thank you, Jane. Adam said, Gator. Lotus said, yes, no. Lotus said, yes. No. Carlos said, what's up, Gator? Gator says, Jane, Grease, Mac, the MDP. Gator, and is that a dolphin or just water? I believe it's just water, ain't it? Gator says, hey, Big. Lotus says, I tell you one thing. I tell you what. You do one thing, I will never bicker or poke fun again. No. No. Jesus is King said, lol. Lotus said, burnout. You are bound and determined me to tear that damn truck up. What the world? Daryl said, I'll be back shortly. Got something to take care of. All right, Daryl. Gator said, enough about me. Times two. Lotus says, guess I get to bicker. No, we do not bicker. We talk good. Adam said, right, Lotus, I agree. Burnout. Olivia said, tear her up, Pops. She wants it. No. I do not want to pay for it to be fixed, and I do not want to work on it. Carlo got me, so I was doing that very thing about 10 minutes for this live. It's okay, that sounds wrong. My apologies. Well, I didn't think of it the way you put it out there, but I knew you were talking about the Volvo. Olivia said, Lotus. Olivia said, give me some more beans, old man. Lotus says, I didn't do it. Lotus says, I have to be nice now. I've had my fun. Maria said, so what did you do in your day? I went and picked up Randy this morning. We went to a big old truck show here, and then I took Randy back, and that was pretty much all we've done today. Olivia says, yeah, you didn't needs more beans. SR4R said, what's up, Unc? Oh, not much. How about for you, Unc? Lotus said, hi, Maria. Adam says, hey, Daryl, I looked inside my engine today and found a spacer laying on top of the piston for the AC compressor bracket. Jane says, hi, Maria. Adam said, good thing I tore it down. Yeah, that would not have went good. Olivia says, it ain't no fun being nice. Maria said, hello, Lotus. Lotus said, what needs more, the chili? Yeah. Maria said, how's Randy doing? He was doing good. Like I said, it wore me out, which he rolled all around that whole place. And I think we still didn't see it all, but I would have kept walking if he'd wanted to, because I know he really wanted to get out the house. But I'm telling you, it wore me out. I wished I'd have bought a scooter. Had another one with us, scooted all around that place. Man, that thing was big and a lot of trucks. Sorry about it, everybody. Give me just a minute. Lost power. I have not seen Jim yet, Maria. Let's see. The Genesis needs a timing kit before it can have more beans, or it will go boom. Give me just a second, see if I can get this thing back on here, because it's going to take a minute for the internet to kick back on, since it just lost. Yeah, it's going to take a minute for the internet to kick on here. I hope I'm still live, because I don't see no more comments. Let's see what we got here. Let's see, Olivia says, wait a minute. Olivia says, more beans. Lotus says, the Genesis needs time. I just read that one. Maria says, is Jim here? Not yet. Olivia says, give it more go-go juice next time. Adam says, Lotus, the Genesis makes a wonderful noise when it locks up. Oh no. Let's see. Lotus says, I have a bigger turbo and injectors and fuel pump. I don't want to tear it apart yet. Listen, I bet they do, Adam. Olivia says, get it to go boom, didn't you? And Adam planned on swapping it anyway. Adam says, Lotus, it gets real quiet, then it stops spinning except for the owner screaming, no, 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 no. Yeah, Jesus is king, you are. All right, like I said, I do not have it on the computer yet, and for some reason the phone I'm on is not showing me the chat, so I'm trying to read it from here. I'm sorry, maybe it'll come back on in just a second. Lotus, uh-oh, that's not good. I was trying to put a tune on the 18 CXP powered MX3 and I couldn't figure out why it was being difficult. Later found out my exhaust manifold was loose. Duh. Lotus, yeah, but I don't have the money to buy the rest of the stuff. It will take $1,000 at least to swap it. Libby says, what you missing? Libby said, what is the word I will be repeating if it locks up? Not everything. Yeah. There we go. Come on now. Come on back up so I can get my live. I can't stand this trying to read from here. All right, there we go. Libby said, let's see. Love SpongeBob said, God bless you. God bless you too. Lotus, that will do it. Carl. Libby says, my Subaru goes vroom. Lotus says, hey, I figured out I'm missing second gear spur on the Genesis. Let's see. Maria says, you still use the air conditioner? I thought it was cold enough here. I've got it on eco mode. It turns on. It's not hot in here or nothing, but it kind of filters the air. See, it went right back off. I just leave it on eco mode on 72, and it just keeps it from being stuffy. Let's see. See, Olivia said skill issue. Adam says, where did you put it then, Lotus? If it's missing, you had to put it somewhere. Lotus and Maria, we are spoiled with the AC. You would have turned it off long ago. Yeah. Carlos, oh dang, that sucks. That Lotus, is it easy to find another spur? I ordered one off eBay. Be here in a week. $30. $30 US. Or is that $30 us? Doesn't the dollar sign go in front of the 30? Rumple said, hello, Pops. How you doing, Rumple? Maria said, yes, even it's not very cold here, but we turn off the air conditioner because the weather's good. It's not hot or cold. Libby said, the Genesis is your daily, right? Rumple says, how you been? I've been doing awesome. Hope you have. Lotus said, yep, daily. I need another car. Carlos says, okay, Lotus, that's pricey for a spur. What is a spur? I know I'm probably going to ask a dumb question, but what is a spur? Libby said, Pops, don't bully Lotus. He's missing a few brain cells. I didn't know I was bullying him, but Lotus says, not that many. Olivia said she loved you. Adam said Olivia is more than a few. Jesus is king, says geez. Lotus says spur is a gear on the trans of a RC car. Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about on your Genesis. Okay. You totally lost me. Sorry about that. I thought something was wrong with your car. Maria says, we all ask dumb questions sometimes. Well, like I said, I thought he was talking about his Genesis. I thought there was something, I missed something on it. Thought he was talking about his Genesis, and then he said something about missing second gear or something. Anyway. Oh, I have an RC monster truck called a Genesis Mom. Oh, I thought you was talking about your car back a minute ago when you was talking about that. I'm sorry. I guess I need to get in to understand it a little bit more. My bad. Rumpel says, I ask them questions all the time. No worries. Well, I'm glad I asked because I thought it was something wrong with his car. Maria says, yeah, me too. Jeff said, hello. Hello, Jeff. How you doing? Others says, this truck is one of the biggest nitros ever fitted to a RC truck. Cool. Do you have it on your channel? I need to check it out. Olivia says, I told you, Pops, he's missing more brain cells, mostly one in the frontal lobes, though, so don't worry. Lotus says, and a 3-speed trans. Cool. That sounds cool. Adam says, Randy, it's easy to confuse because the Genesis has a motor about the size of an RC car anyway. Lotus says, less than you guys think. Lotus, I don't think you're missing any brain cells. I think you're a pretty smart fella. I'm positive you're a pretty smart fella. Rumpel says Genesis is Hyundai, right? Yes. He's got a Hyundai Genesis. Don't know the specs on a real nice car. Mike says, hi, Jeff. Adam says, Randy, quit sucking up. No, we're positive around here, Adam. Olivia says, ha ha ha, and a turbo the size of a, I don't know what TEC deck is. Lotus says, that's okay, I don't take it personal. Well, I think you're an alright fella there, Lotus, and I think you got some good brains. So there it is. Yes, it's a Hyundai Genesis 2.0 RS PEC Turbo. Maria said, well, I'm being not serious. Then I come to Randy's live. I just turned my mind off being tired of acting serious all the time. That's why you can't judge me over the things I say. We all know it's stupid. We listen, we do not judge. Adam said, the only thing we're positive of is Lotus's car has got a big old turbo. Maria says, but I don't mean everything I say is stupid. I can really be smart sometimes. Oh, I know you can. I think you're a very smart person. Carlos says, R specs at Pop. Oh, R specs Pop. Okay. Find the name out of that one. Hart. Hello, friend. What country are you from? Mexico? No. United States. Olivia says, tech, you know, the small skateboards. Lotus says, have you guys ever seen a VW Turbo? Adam says, Maria, it's good to sit back and just go on cruise control every now and then. Lotus says, it's the size of your fist. Volvo, even smaller. Olivia says, I judge Lotus all the time. Do you guys have word about bone worms? They are worms that I imagine turn your bones and eat them until they just start breaking. Proper says, do you guys ever worry about bone worms? They're worms that imagine, and they tunnel in your bones and eat them until they hollow and they just start breaking. I've never thought about it. Maria says, well, you judged me one time. I remember. You were mistaken. I do not judge. Or maybe I understand you wrong that time. I don't know. Yeah, you misunderstood. Let's see. Jesus is King says, no. Olivia says, big old turbo. Adam says, Maria, Randy never judges. That's right. Mike says, this channel is for chilling and having fun. Mike's got it. Listen to that. Lotus says, that's because you're evil. Lotus says, big old rat. Proper says, only Judy can judge me. That's right. Judge Judy. Lotus said, mouse. Lotus said, hey, Lotus. Says that turbo is so big you think you can fit a supercharger on there too? Adam said, lol, prop. Beth, hello, Beth. Judge, not you be judge. That's right. Y'all listen to Beth. She'll tell you right. Robert says, Bruce Springsteen is the only boss I listen to. We're not bossy here. Well, some people are, but we're not bossy here. We're all good friends. See, Rumpel said there was a new pandemic nip in the bud quite recently. 94%. Oh, really? Oh, there was a new pandemic nipped in the butt quite recently. 94% fatality. Wow. Mike said, she tells me all the time that I try not to, and I try not to listen. Adam says, hello, Rumpel. Proper says, you're cool. I like you. And I like you too. Olivia says, I'm not mouse. She is taller than me. Jesus is king. How often do you do live streams? Might join more in the future. Every single day at 6 p.m. And we usually go live on Sunday morning and cook breakfast. Don't know, Randy's supposed to be here in the morning, so I may shoot up here in the morning and get some breakfast food. Hopefully he'll be here and we can do breakfast live in the morning. But we do go live every day at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Mike says, hi, Rumpel. Maria says, what do you mean by some people? What did I say some people about? Don't remember saying some people. I'm sure I did, but I don't remember what I was saying. Sorry, Maria. Rumpel says, hello, Adam. Adam says, king every day. Rumpel says, long wrench, hello. Lotus says, true. Carlos says, hello, Rumpel. Rumpel says, big boy, hello. Jesus is king. He says, nice. Yes, you're welcome anytime. Lotus said, you still didn't tell me why you so ornery today. Mike said, waffles and sausage. Might do pancakes, sausage, and eggs. Probably do. Randy really don't care for bacon, but I might do some bacon. Olivia said, Lotus, do you even know the big Latina known as Iron Mouse? Nope. Maria said, you said some people were acting bossy or something like that. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I was actually talking about Olivia. Olivia likes to pick around like that. I was actually talking about her. Lotus said, no. Carlos says, all righty now. Jesus is king. Says, why? Why you ask why? What are you asking why about? That way I don't, I'm reading comments and I lose train of thought. Sorry. I'm probably missing a few brain cells myself. Chesley says, if every video on YouTube was deleted and your YouTube gave the opportunity to be the first to dominate the nick in the platform, pick what you want it to be king of. Happiness and everybody being together and joining together, being happy. That's what I'm talking about. Being positive. Maria says, the bad memory is the most common things between us. Maria says, I'm feeling hungry. I hadn't eaten hardly anything. I ate some fries this morning. That's all I ate. I actually have to say I did go get me some Taco Bell. It was okay. But it wasn't good for me. I know that. Lotus said, Nitro RC. Olivia says, can I not be on a good mood? Gosh, fine. We will throw hands. No, I like it in a good mood. Uh, Jesus, why he's angry? Who's angry? Everybody here is positive. I hope. Lotus says, "What do you mean fight about it?" Jeez. Olivia said, "Pops, what can you say about me? I think you're a feisty little girl. I think you're funny. I like you." Maria says, "Thank God it's not me. I was going to start a problem." Just kidding. Lotus said, This is a good mood." Yeah, she's not said really anything out of the way. She's doing good. She just picks on you. Lotus said, "How's the charger coming? Is it orange yet?" Maria said, "Fries in the morning? Yes." Well, it was later in the morning, but yes. I got a big old bucket of fries. That's what I ate this morning. Jesus is King says, "I don't know." Lotus says, I don't feel like throwing hands with a pond muster." Levi said, "Yes, it's orange, just not flagged yet." King is sending jewels. Thank you. Don't really know what they do yet, but I do appreciate it. Levi says, "What do you mean throwing hands with him? He won't do anything." If we got anybody out there that hadn't hit that like button, hit that thing. Let's see if we can click on. I'm showing 24 on one and 25 on another. King says every one jewel is a penny. Oh, really? Cool. Well, I got 5 or 6 there. Awesome. Thank you. Said, Lotus, you right. We probably just going to have a beer and make fun of you. Brenda says, I'll either go to sleep or make something to eat. Well, whatever you do, Maria, you be careful. Olivia said, bro, we full teddy bear mode. Look at there. She's in a good mood. I like that. Let's see. King said, what's for dinner tonight? Well, to be honest with you, it's 10 minutes till 7. I will probably just that Taco Bell I eat. That'd probably be all I eat. I don't even have ice cream here. Maria says, I can't stand Randy talking about fries and tacos and not being hungry. Olivia says, I should you not buggy has become temporary pacified. Notice I got frozen chicken cordon bleu. Reaper said meow. Hello, Reaper. Lotus said Reaper. Lotus said what? Maria says don't talk about tacos. Okay. It was a $5 pack. It had cinnamon twist in it and a burrito, 5-layer burrito. I'm not going to tell you it also had a taco, but Olivia said that's also because he's dumpster diving. Reaper said had McDonald's for dinner. If I go to McDonald's, I usually just get me some nuggets. Kind of cheap. I don't like to spend a lot of money unless I go eat steak or something. Then I don't like to spend the money, but still. Carlos says, I'm going to have a bacon and egg sandwich for breakfast. Man, that sounds good. Jesus is King says, I've been wanting ice cream for a few weeks now. Yeah, I miss not having it. I ought to go to the store. I got plenty of time. I ought to go to the store and get me some tonight before it gets too late. Olivia says, I want a hug chat with you. Cool. Maria says, you guys are the worst. And you wonder how I become angry. Now, I do not understand why you would become angry. Reaper said, didn't feel like cooking. King says, do you barbecue? I've never barbecued. Randy does most of the cooking, but we've never messed with the barbecue. We usually just go buy the barbecue. Lotus says, I had McChicken for lunch. Maria says, not Maria, sorry. Olivia says, Maria hugs. That's right. See, Olivia said, I might hug Lotus. I'm not sure yet. Reaper said, Annabelle says hi, everyone. Hello, Annabelle. When's the date of y'all going to see her parents? Maria says you're talking about food in front of poor girl who can't cook because she's too lazy in the middle of the night. I'm sorry. Olivia said cookies. Carlos said, "What's up, Reaper?" Whoop. Well, Maria, if you're going to get you something, you better get it now, because don't wait till about 10 minutes the time for live to end to go get something to eat and not tell me not to end the live. Let's see. Reaper said Thanksgiving and Christmas. Okay. Maria says, okay, I forgive you. Olivia says, wow, I thought that would bring Lotus out of his hole. 25. Thank you, whoever hit that like button for me. Olivia said, Lotus, where'd you go? So Maria said, okay, I'll see what I can make. Reaper says, and I haven't even met her parents. Well, if they're that far off, where was it? Was it Japan? Is that? I may be wrong. But if it's that far off, I'd say not. Oh, sorry, everybody. I'm telling you, when I got back from that show, I kicked back in this chair with the lights off and I set an alarm for 20 minutes. I was just starting to go out without good when that alarm went off. Rhea says, okay, I found something, problem solved. What'd you find? You find you some steamed broccoli? Let's see, Maria said, can you talk about, you can talk about food now. What'd you find, Maria? Did you get you some steamed broccoli and the salad? Did you find a salad? Letter says, to the bathroom. Geez, give me a break, woman. Reaper said, yes, it's Tokyo, bald man. Okay, that's right, Tokyo. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Because the other day when you said that, I was thinking of Tokyo Drift. Let's see. It says, lol, if I told you, you wouldn't know what it is. Well, then you can explain it. We still got an hour and 6 minutes. Or, never mind, you're probably right. I'm so dumb I wouldn't know how to figure it out. Let's see. Olivia said, oh, sorry, I offered cookies. Yeah, cookies. Lotus says, I have hands RX7. Maria said, some rice and other things. Let's say chicken soup. Okay. I know what rice is. I know what chicken soup, and let's say I like them when they're together. I like taking rice and mixing it with my chicken soup. That's real good. Those said I missed the cookies. Dang it. Reaper says, and seeing that I have more money than God, wondered what they're going to think. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what people think. Just enjoy yourself. Olivia said the RX-7 is a good car for a cheap code. Said Olivia have some Rob them the 4-rotor RX-7. I've always wanted to drive one of those, which I've never drove a rotary engine anyway, but I think it'd be cool. Reason I'm too lazy to explain or teach somebody. Okay. Olivia says no. Lighton says hi. Hello, Lighton. Is it Leon Berman? Sorry. Said hey. Olivia said, and you didn't miss cookies. Lotus says, Reaper, can I borrow a meal or two? I'll take a half. Olivia says, I still offering. Lotus said, should have worried. Yeah, if you want to invest, I got a place out here that needs to be finished cleaning off and some concrete poured. Olivia says, you're not dumb, Pops. You're just special. Thank you, Olivia. I need to buy dumb stuff. Rich says, hey, how you doing, Rich? Olivia says, no, not buttering you up to bully you again. Nah. I like you in this mood. 27 thumbs up. Thank y'all. Well, I might even hit 30 here in a minute. Cool. Let's see. Lotus said RCs, more RCs, and maybe some car stuff. Let's see. Lotus says, come on, Reaper, I will pay you back in 36. And Lotus says, I'm just kidding. Yeah, me too. Shoot, Reaper, you ought to give $5. Put your name up here. Sorry, I thought I heard somebody out there. Let's see, what's this name here? Johns. Glad to see a fellow American loving Democrat here. We do not talk about politics here. Rhea said, it's unhealthy to eat before going to bed, but I can't help with being hungry in the middle of the night. Well, haven't you already went to bed and then got up and watched this? If that's the case, you're okay. You didn't eat before you went to bed. Lady said, Lotus, can we get you to mod your taillights to do funny things? I'd like to have those, you saw those things that show where to go in your front windshield and it's got the eyes, eyes turn different. It cut off. minute. Sorry about that. I don't know what I was saying before y'all. Before it stopped. Let's see. Rita says, "No, I wasn't sleeping. I was watching the movie." Oh, I thought, was you watching the movie in bed? So you already went to bed, so it's not unhealthy if that's the case. Lotus says, "My taillights are overpriced aftermarket pops." Pause. Pops. Yeah, I want the eyes too. I think those eyes are cool. I think they would really be funny. What you watching, Maria? Yeah, what movie you watching, Maria? She's probably too tired to explain it to us. We wouldn't understand. Maria says, "I was watching the new Fantastic Four movie." Oh, cool. I understood that. No spoilers. Listen, I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched the movie in a pretty good while. Listen, Maria says it was great. 8 out of 10. I say that wrong. About a week ago, I just got frustrated and sat down and watched one, but I don't remember what it was. Let's see. Livia said, "Hey, Lotus, they all die." Ha ha ha. I'm just kidding. I've never watched it. Lotus said, "No, Olivia." Olivia says, "Come on, Lotus, please." Lotus says, "No middle finger, tail lights." Maria says, "I don't like superheroes movies that much, so I'm thankful that I like this one." Sometimes it's fun just to think, what if you could do some of the stuff that they put on there? I think it would be wild, but it's just like dreaming about hitting the lottery too. So they said, "But it'd be funny." They said that pondweed is too stupid to do it for me. Kings 22, does your neck hurt? Nope. Got him. You got me? Okay. You got me. It says, "I don't like action movies. Unlike everybody, I feel bored while watching them. If they're not talking about something and just fighting, I can't have fun while watching that." It depends on how much of the fighting they do. Sometimes it's cheesy and you see how fake it is, but if it don't go on too much, it's alright. See, Curtis says, "Crunchy or creamy peanut butter?" I like creamy. I don't really like crunchy peanut butter. Others said it's not that hard. Chris says, "But I do like John Wick movies. They're the only action movie I can love." Now I do like John Wick's movies. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Lotus says it's not hard. Maria says, So says both PDs have hermits. Says Rumpel says I like John Wick too. And Jason Bruno, yes, I do like Jason. Uh, Girl next door says Black Pete in your area. All right, let's see. Olivia says, huh? Let's see. John Wick is dead. People, time to move on. Okay. Let's see. $1.99. Thank you, Roblox. Maria says, I haven't asked you before why you decided not to drink at all. If it's not personal question, if it is, forgive me. My real daddy drank a lot. I mean, he was an alcoholic. And one of the things that I can say I learned from him is what not to do. I watched him ruin his life with alcohol. So between that and I never wanted, I guess, look bad in my mom's eyes, so I never drank. I've just never one that wanted to let my mama down, and I figured if I drink alcohol like I drink drinks, Pepsis and Dr. Peppers, then I'd be an alcoholic too. So I just have never started really drinking enough that I would get addicted to it. So I don't. That's the reason I never drank. Levi says, he's still cool as ever. You're not getting rid of my buggy, man. Girl says, are you a diva? I don't drink a lot, Maria. Just don't like the taste, and like Pop's saying, parents were drunk, seeing how that goes. Olivia says, that's why you're drink responsible, folks. That's right. Let's see. Curtis says, is there any Gen X whose father wasn't an alcoholic? I don't. Now, my stepdaddy was not an alcoholic. Now, he was my daddy since I was 4. My mom and my real dad separated when I was 3, and my mom and my stepdad, I don't like calling my stepdad because he's been my dad since I was 4. But he didn't drink. Neither one of my parents really drank. I think I did see him. He drank one time and was got drunk, but that's from age 4 to now. Only saw him drunk one time. So I mean, now my sister told me after my mom died, he got to drinking pretty bad, but I never seen it. Maria says, "Cool, I respect you for that." Jesus is King says, "Geez, sorry." Jesus says, "Never will drink either." Well, I'm gonna tell you. I do now. I will drink when I go home and right before I go to bed. I'll drink a shot of Grey Goose before I go to bed. It helps me sleep. But you will not see me drinking out and about. You will not see me drinking and driving. I've never been drunk, so no. I don't like the taste of beer, so you don't have to see me drinking out. You won't never see me drinking out and about. Olivia says, Boggy doesn't drink all the time. He mostly drinks during special days. Curtis says, my dad wrecked 6 cars drinking and driving. Miracle he never killed anyone. And that's another thing. I am totally against drinking and driving. So even if I did, I wouldn't drink and drive. Carlos says, I don't smoke cigarettes. I have a Coke maybe a couple of times a year. See, I don't smoke. Never done any kind of illegal drug, nothing. 1-2 says, hey, Commander, how you doing? Maria says, and it's the same thing with cigarettes? That's correct. Now, my mom and I've been around cigarettes all my life. The reason I don't smoke is because I can't stand to smell that crap. I've been, my whole life as growing up at home, you could about take your pocket knife and cut the smoke. It's so thick. See, Jane says, I'm a baby boomer. Father was alcoholic, fought in World War II, and the age of 17 was several major conflicts. I had to think that triggered something. Don't know what it is, but blue collar, yes. Maria says, oh my God, I found a scorpion. Oh no. I don't like that idea. Lotus says, I smoke those rasp cigs sometimes. Whatever that is, blue collar, yes. Maria said, what should I do? I don't know. If you can't kill it or get it out of the way, I wouldn't mess with it. Oh, them things will kill you, won't they? That same guy says blue collar, and I said yes for the third time. Liv says, hi, Mama Jane. Liv says, it's that big one, Maria. Jane says, hi, love. Liv. Olivia says, I still want cookies. Curtis says, got to go later. See you. Thanks for stopping in. Jesus is King. Me either. Mira said, it's small, but still it's scary. Yeah, I don't think I want to mess with them things. Jane said, bye, Curtis. Lotus said, it is in your house. What size? What size? What color? I thought scorpions were all black. I know nothing about them now. Maria says it's black. Lotus said small and brown can be poisonous. Hell, I thought they all were. Carlos says, yeah, resin, Lotus. Jesus says, bye, Curtis. Maria says, imagine if I was sleeping right now and I get over me. Whew. David said, Jane, have you talked to Boggy? He has been running all day. Let's see, rate my physique. Let's see where you at. No, I'm not going to rate it. Lotus says, no, they can be black or brown. I did not know that. Jesus, they're coming in different colors. Wow. Jesus said, yes. Lotus says, we have brown scorpions in the U.S. I did not know that. Olivia says, I've seen some black ones with blue hue before. Huh. It says, is a scorpion bite fatal? I thought they stung you, but I don't know nothing about them. I thought they had the tail that flipped out, but like a stinger. But I don't know. Carlos said, winds of change. Olivia says, but they were being sold as an exotic pet shop. Oh. Jesus says, it can be. Lotus says, it can be, Maria, or it may make you really sick. Jane says, Liv, I haven't talked to him. Had birthday party for my 4 and 6-year-old granddaughters. Lotus said, bottom line, I wouldn't test it. Don't let him sting you. No, don't. That would not be good. Anybody that hadn't hit that like button, hit my likey thingy, please. He says, well, my parents said don't wake up unless somebody is dying or whatever. Libby said, oh, okay, he has been dumpster diving again. When you say dumpster diving, where does he go to search for these things? Because I assume he's looking for cars. Maria said, wake us. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Olivia says, no, likey thingy. Yeah, likey thingy. Well, I know you didn't like it when I said that, so I wasn't going to do that. Carlos said, Lotus, do you like arena and dance hall music? I'd assume you can just, I don't know nothing about them things, Maria, but I guess you could just grab a shoe or something and kill it, couldn't you? Lotus said, no. Maria says, I think I'm going to sleep in my dad's car tonight. Lotus said, metal and rap. Lotus said, no, I find it funny, Pops. You can keep saying it. Oh, I thought you didn't like it. When I told people to touch my likey thingy, please. They said, what does that mean? What? Touch my likey thingy? Thumbs up. Uh, Wes said 6'7". Hey, Wes, how about hitting my lucky thingy, please? Give me a thumbs up, 6'7". Carla says, oh, okay, Lotus. Maria says, you didn't teach me a word today. Well, it's not over yet. It's only 7:16. Maria says, Lowell, it's funny. Olivia says, I think it sounds wrong and inappropriate, but you don't mean it. No, I don't. Well, Maria, I got a word for that. What, just like Wes right here said, 6'7". You know what? You want to know what 6'7" means? Let's see. Maria says, what if I fall asleep while you're talking? That wouldn't be good. Jesus says, I can't go a day without hearing 6'7". Maria says, no, I don't. I don't want to know. Well, Maria, it means absolutely nothing. It's something somebody just said and everybody just went with it. It's a fad. It means absolutely nothing. That's what it means. Libby says, and he searches all over the place, Pops. I don't know where he is. Oh, okay. Teach me something else. James says, my nephew had a trampoline the size of a dinner plate in his house. Tarantula, the size of a dinner plate in his house. He gently caught it and put it outside. No, not me. See, I don't know. Yeah, somebody said something about that the other night in the live and said they wasn't dangerous. I always thought tarantulas was poisonous, just the same way with the scorpion that we were just talking about. I grew up thinking them things was deadly. I don't know if they are or not. I don't know. They said, Jane, want to help me cause trouble? They said, I would worry less about a spider than a scorpion. Maria says, make me feel like I'm putting my time in something worth it. Just coming in here learning from us is worth it. Jesus is King said, yeah. Carlos said, got to go shower. All right, Carlos, shower before you're baking an egg sandwich. Jane said, no, Olivia, I just here to listen, just don't have energy. Maria said, well, I think I'm learning in a way, so it's worth it, I guess. If you're enjoying your time, it's worth it. Make yourself happy. Jesus said, no, Black Widow on the other hand. Now, I know Black Widow with the red dot or whatever, I always heard they were too, but I don't know why I thought tarantulas were. No, tarantulas are not deadly or poisonous. They are brute force ammunition. I did not see. I think y'all said that the other night, and that totally threw me off. I don't know why. I mean, it's weird. They said tarantulas are not all trouble. They are all bark and no bite, but they bite both when scared. Fred said, yes, I'm laughing a lot. It's good for my heart. There you go, see? Lotus says, their bite hurts. They have big teeth. Ooh. Daryl says, I'm back. Welcome back, Daryl. Jesus says, yeah. Lotus says, hey, Daryl. Listen, Maria, Randy's lives are medicine for people's heart. That's right. That's why I have such a good heart. It just overflows to all of y'all. I have nothing but love for all of y'all. Renegade, how many milkshakes does it take to get to the moon? I don't know. I tell you what, I know how many likes it takes for me to get to 30. If you'll hit one more, I'll be one more closer. Jesus says, Lotus says, they rear up and hiss too when scared. That would be wild. It'd probably scare the pee out of me. Leaves except me, he bullies me in the background. Lotus says, my buddy had one. I hated that thing. See, Maria says, and it might killing them too. Let's see. and might killing them too with heart strokes if they say something bothered them. Lowe's says, I don't like spiders. Yeah, I don't much care for them. Levi says, I love tarantulas. Jesus says, if I could do 2 likes, I would. I know, I appreciate it. Carol says, they throw hair at you when they get scared. Cool. Levi said, snakes and the who lot. What I was fixing to say something y'all just said. Oh, the other day when the guy come and put the tire on that little Mini Cooper, there was a spider that had built up in the corner of the door, and I just didn't mess with it. I told him when I walked out I wasn't gonna mess with him, and I just left him up in the corner. It was a big old spider, and the whole spider web was there. And when I come out in the office, he had a stick up there tearing that spider web up. He said, you had a spider web there. I took care of it. And I said, that's fine. I said, that was my friend. He just looked at me. He said, I'm sorry. I said, I'm just playing. Let's see. There's snakes. Let's see. Lotus said, yeah, and their hair is like fiberglass. Wow, I did not know that either. Leader says, Mac, you want to help me with trouble? Charles. Hello, Charles. Charles said, hi. Daryl says, with little barbs. Wow. Jane says, hi, Charles. Charles says, hello, Jane. Jesus says, laugh my ass off. Lotus says, we have good-sized wolf spiders here. Ooh. Daryl says, spiders eat the pest and leave you alone for the most part. Yes. And that's what I was doing because there was a lot of gnats and stuff around this old building. So I was just going to leave him and then maybe he'd catch him coming in the door. But that guy tore it up. Let's see. Jason said, God bless you. God bless you too, Jason. Well, somebody hit the like button. I'm at 30. Thank y'all. With 31's on one phone. Thank y'all. Dan the man said, I leave the spiders alone until they put webs where you walk. Hi, guys. Yes. Walking through the woods and all of a sudden you're like you're in type of a kung fu. Them things get on you. You can't get them off. Let's see. Lotus said, golf ball size fast spiders. Man, I don't like a spider. Daryl says, Dan. Maria says, oh my God, you wouldn't believe what I found. What'd you find, Maria? A whole nest of them things. Jesus said, what? Daryl said, wolf spiders are our friends. They eat brown recluse. Maria says, I found a bigger scorpion. Oh my gosh. Evidently they're coming in tribes after you. Jesus said, FR? Maria, I think it's the mother. She's coming to protect her kid. Lotus says, Mac, please. Lotus says, Maria, you have camel spiders there? Daryl said, what up, Ghostly? Charles says, I got bit on the forehead by a brown recluse. My dermatologist determined it was a brown. It ate a hole about the size of a large pea before the medicine kicked in. Oh, is that the spiders that will basically eat your skin? Somebody here got bit on the leg or something with that. They said that they had a heck of a time before the medicine kicked in, if that's what the same thing is. Olivia says, help me, Buggy. And the man says, we have camels here. Rita says, I'm not going to do anything to her kid if they'll leave our house. Yeah, I believe I'd find a way to get them out of the house. Rita says, our house is not a hotel for creepy things. No. Daryl says, I stay out of it. There you go. Smart move, Daryl. Lotus says, where are you, Dan? Dan said, yeah, regular bites turns nasty. Ooh. Libby says, oh, but I want to know what he has found so far. Maybe, why don't he tell you what he found? Daryl says, kid died up here a couple of years ago from Brownsville. Man. Jesus says, yeah, I got bit by one in my ear. Ooh. Daryl says, I don't even know. It's because he's ignoring me. Oh, well, we might not better get into it then. We might better let y'all two get it. Charles says, yes, it literally will eat your skin until the medicine kicks in. The venom does that. Ooh. As per usual, says Olivia. Wayne says, happy King Trump Day. Maria says, I think in Australia they found like big spiders or other animals in their houses. King says, Jesus says, no politics. That's right. David said, not really. I just won't help. I just won't help bugging him. Olivia said, Lotus, you help me then. Charles says, hey, Olivia, what's good? Daryl says, no politics. Maria says, okay, I'm going to sleep. Bye-bye. All right, Maria, good night. Have a good one. Let's see. Olivia said, hi, Charles. Lotus says, in Australia, all the spiders will kill you dead. Jesus says, bye, Maria. Olivia says, have you seen the ant zombies, Lotus? Daryl says, everything in Australia will kill you. Lotus says, I don't know what he's up to. Olivia said, well, throw him a text. He might answer. Lotus said, yep. I need to put me a toll booth out there and charge people for turning around. Let's see. Lotus says, I'm not a spy or a narc. Charles says, how's Randy? Randy? He's doing good. We went to C10 Revivals over here, and today we walked that place. It was huge, and I don't even think we've seen it all, but he got to roll around in that electric chair. I had to walk. I'm going to tell you right now, I told him before I do much more of that, I'm going to get me a scooter, but then I took him back, and I think he's at a birthday party now. He's doing good. He's ready to get out of that chair, though. He did hit a hole while we were over in that electric chair. Thank God he had a seatbelt on, but he went forward, and he did have to catch himself with his foot, so I hope he didn't hurt himself, but I hope he didn't do nothing to it. They said, fine, you won't know about the goodies he finds. Lotus says, Randy he is probably hiding in the background. He might be, but I know he had to go to a birthday party. Well, I just, this stupid thing went out again. Let's see, finds hiding in the background. Charles says, get a scooter with a tunnel ram. Yes, definitely. I saw several over there, real nice ones. I'm gonna start trying to find one or two. Now, like I said, I wouldn't mind finding another chair like he's got, but I don't want nobody to think we're trying to pretend to be handicapped, with a wheelchair. I don't know if they really call it a wheelchair walk. It's like a little scooter, whatever. But uh, I would like to have one of them four-wheel scooters. But said, I'm sure he will show me if he wants to. Jesus said, this is good. Might have to go soon. Well, if you do, I understand. I do appreciate you coming in. Charles says, Hank for put a crate motor in it. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm wanting to get back to going on our stuff here. This is about, I know Randy can't help it, don't get me wrong, but man, I can't wait till he gets back and we get started back on the stuff here at the building. I don't really have enough footage I don't do enough by myself to get footage for videos, so I feel like I'm letting people down with not having decent videos out there. So, I don't know. I'll just be glad when he gets back. Lotus said, I think Randy needs a Honda CBR 1000 scooter. I've always wanted to do that, like on a golf cart or put it on the go-kart. I think that'd be cool. I think I'd rather have it on one of those go-karts versus a golf cart. But now we do have that death trap. I would like to get it going too. Or a Busa scooter, yeah. Jesus said, definitely will join another one. Thank you. Lemon says, hello, lad. Hello, Lemons. Lotus says, he can supervise real good. Yeah. Daryl says, Darren ride his Busa to the show today. Cool. Charles says, hello, Lemons. Let me go. Let me know. Let me. Lemon says, hello, Charles. Lotus says, have you seen the Busa smart car? It's nuts. Yes, I have. But now, I like the, before Cletus and, what's the guy's name? He fired George and basically messed up his relationship with Cletus, I think. But he had one of those smart cars. He had one of those Honda motors in it. I thought it was cool. I actually got to see that car. Daryl said he lives close to us, Lotus. Carl says, hey, Metal Arts Custom. Imagine a gas guzzling 8.9 V8 in a smart. Oh man, that would be wild. Lotus said his was K-swap. Yes, it was K-swap. Daryl said, Charles. But they had built that motor too, and that thing had what, 400 or 500 horsepower. It was a pretty stout for that little car, that's for sure. I think somebody flipped it over, but I don't think they ever showed it who flipped it. Ooh, Lordy. Let's see, Charles says, I would love to have one of those old Pinto station wagons with the big block in it. Yeah, that would be cool. Where was it? At Cletus and Cars, they had a one that had a big block in it. Charles said, definitely have to shorten the rear end. Yes. Lotus says he was charging Cleet a lot for rent, and they were always fighting for space. He fired George, who ran straight to Cleet. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that's when I can't even think of his name now. He was doing the tuning for him. Jordan Cleet or Prices. Yeah, they were real good friends. Olivia said, boo hoo. I didn't mean to make you cry. See, Lotus says, I'm sub to him, can't remember either. I was following him and everything, but I don't watch his stuff like I used to because I mean, again, I didn't really get into it. I just, because when it first started out and everything, I thought I wouldn't mind him working on my truck. And then all that come down, and I kind of thought he was a little hot-headed. But again, we only see one, just a little view of it. So, but now I don't watch. Which then again, I don't watch much of Cletus' stuff anymore. I'm too involved in everything we're doing in these lives and stuff. I don't get to watch much on YouTube anymore. Charles says, remember the old Chevy Vega with a small, yes, a lot of people put those 350s in those small Vegas. Who's that? I missed it. Well, that's what we're trying to, the one that on Cletus, and he fired George. Can't remember, he was a tuner. We can't remember who it was, but he fired George, and then George went to work for Cletus. And they used to be in the same building. God, I can't think of it. But anyway, Josh says, why don't you have hair? Because I shave it. I shave every single morning. Mike said, Charles. Lotus says, Faster Proms, that's it. He is a good guy. They grew apart. Yeah, Faster Proms, that was it. Charles says, hey, Long Wrench Garage, Vegas were such turds. Let's see. Daryl says, me too, Randy. YouTube is a third job. Yeah, it is. And I mean, if I didn't enjoy it too much, I mean, it could always grow to something better. But you really, for as much time as you put into it, you don't get paid enough for it, I can tell you that. But I will say this. I enjoy every minute with you guys. So, and I do enjoy putting the videos together. And when y'all watch them and comment and stuff, it really feels good. Let's see, Charles, you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. That's right. Jesus is king and smiling. Let's see. Lotus said Chuck Norris has a grizzly bear rug laid out on the family room floor. The grizzly bear isn't dead. He's just too afraid to move. Mike said, Charles, that would be Rio Station Wagon, Speedwagon. REO Speedwagon. Carlos says, I'm back, y'all. Hello, Carlo. Mr. Clean. Charles said, yes, sir, Long Wrench. Daryl says, I'm editing today's shenanigans. I'm going to have to do that as soon as we get off of this live. I'm going to have to go through our stuff. I might go up there and get me some ice cream before I get started, though. All day, Pops. Ice cream called me. If y'all ain't noticed, I'm pretty tired. Let's see. Lotus said Chuck Norris was petting a tiger and then made a growling noise. Then the trainer said, very slow, start backing up and get away. So the tiger did just that. Long says, Daryl said shenanigans. Hey, Mike, are you a good tile layer? You know how to lay tile? I know you said you was good with wood. Lotus said lizard. Let's wait a minute. Did I miss one? Hold on a minute. Livy says, I don't know what I'm saying. My brain feels real fuzzy now. Maria says, I didn't sleep. I'm still afraid of the scorpions. Even if I left them outside, they can come inside the house. Yes, I am surprised you just decided to go to bed after finding 2 scorpions. Mike says, oh my God, yes, I do. Oh, really? I got a job for you then. Lotus says, I do, Tal. Are you coming down the 31st, the week before the 31st? Lotus. Charles said, looks like you need to go to bed. I'm just saying. It's getting close. I'll be honest with you. I'm wore out walking as much as I did today. Mike said, far from a professional, but I've done it a few times. I ain't worried about professional. Not at all. If you're on concrete, do you have to put that backer board down, or just can you put the cement stuff down and put it on that? Let's see. Lotus says, Maria, you live this long. I feel like you'll be okay. Carlos says, Lotus, see if you can talk to Jeremy for me. I'd like to be his friend again. Brenda says, I guess I should post something on TikTok. I don't post anything in a while. Oh, Lord. Mike says, Lotus, sounds like I'm going to need some help. Brenda said, which live should I translate? I don't know. I just glue it straight to the floor in my basement. Sounds good to me. That way I don't go wasting money on that board stuff. Because that board stuff's like concrete board, isn't it? Let's see. Olivia says, yeah, Lotus, jump on down to there, do tile work for Pops. He owes me a burnout. Lotus says, Dimsy wants an apology for flipping out on him. Email him. This is okay, no worries. Lotus says, I might have to sneak into a burnout car. Come on down. We'll put you in one. Yeah, you need concrete board. Even on concrete, if you got concrete, you need concrete board. If I'm laying it on concrete, I shouldn't have to have concrete board, should I? Let's see, I'll make you do it right. Says that kind of stuff. That kind of sounds like I've redundant. It'd be redundant. That's the way I feel. Well, I put concrete board down on concrete. Let's see. Lotus said the board gives it a bit of flex. Valent, hello everyone. It said Valent. How you doing, Valent? That does make sense, Lotus, but I don't know. Let's see. Maria says, well, I'm not going to lie. It takes a long time because I should edit it and cut it, but still I enjoy making those stuff, and translating things is the most thing I enjoy. Well, I'll be honest with you, Maria. I wished I had somebody that would take the bits like you do and put it on our TikTok. I think that would be wild. I like how you do that. Lotus says it has to do with shrinking and expanding. Okay. Mike said, hi, Valent. Rizit 138 says, cheers from Michigan. Hello, Michigan. Carlos says, I hope my Lord Zeppelin kicks in soon. Charles says, concrete does Netflix. Concrete does not flex. I understand that part too. Chris says, well, now I do this for free. I guess I deserve some ice cream or shirt at least. Maria, how in the world do you expect me to get you a shirt? Well, it says, I'm in Michigan also. Libby says, thanks so much for your stupidity. Wow. Lotus says, you can do it, but it's easier for it to break. I don't recommend, but you can do it. Libby said, sorry, Pops, I was trying to send you something and YouTube is being a jerk. Oh, okay. Boo Boo says, okay, Boo Boo, whatever you say.
Hello.
Hello. Maria said, find a way to get it on a ship or something and tell them to give it to Maria. Location doesn't matter. They're going to find by themselves. Yeah, I hear you. Olivia said, ooh. Hey, I got 35 and 36. Thank y'all. I appreciate the thumbs up. Mike can squeeze 40 out of this thing if I'm real close. I got about, 13 more minutes? Let's see. David said, dark and chunky wasn't poop, it was poop, not pee. Rich said, they're going to spend at least 10 years finding. I know, that's what I'm saying. So that'd be crazy. Lotus said, Maria, you know we can ship stuff to you. She knows, but there's no way she's going to let anybody know where she's at to give an address. Lotus says, like orange shirts? You better bet if I ship her one, it'll be orange. Daryl says, R3 coming to the shop to cook tomorrow? Yes, he's supposed to be coming to the shop in the morning. Maria says, no, I don't need an orange shirt. Too bad. If I ever figure out a way to send you one, I will send you an orange shirt. Libby says, oh yeah, Pop, I has an idea for you. I might have Boggy bring it to you when he's ready. All right? Daryl said, awesome. Yeah, I don't know exactly what time he'll be here, but he's supposed to be here in the morning. Charles says, sounds like that fella needs some medical attention. Yeah. Olivia says, it's going to be an awesome gift from Annie and me. Oh, cool. Daryl says, customs is strict in Iraq too. Yeah. Maria says, well, you didn't tell me your address either. How do you expect me to give you mine? I give you the address here at the shop. Don't bother me. Let's see. Daryl said his address is everywhere, in every video. Yeah. Chris says, Lord, you guys don't even know my name is, and you think you know me. I don't think I know. I only know what you come on here and put on here. This is all I know. I mean, you say you don't lie, and your name's Maria. We call you Maria, and you answer. So, far as we know, that's who you are to us. Daryl says, don't you watch. Yeah, lol. Daryl said, my name, address, and phone number is all on mine. Yeah. I mean, mine is easy to figure out. All you got to do is get on Google search, and it'll tell you right where I'm at. Lotus says, we found your TikTok. Olivia said, Mac, I'm needlessly addicted to this shirt. By the way, thank you for earlier birthday gift. Here is a virtual hug for you. Maria says, well, you didn't ask me before about it. I mean, like I said, I ain't thought nothing about it. To me, you're Maria. That's what it says. Carlos says, heck, your name could be terrorist. It could. We don't know. Lotus says, it only a matter of time. Everything is on the internet. That's right. Olivia says, and I decided Lotus can have a hug too. Maria says, you didn't find it. Someone else told you about it. You're not that smart to discover it by yourself. Careful now, Maria. I'm going to tell you, the other night, everybody here rallied around something. We found a young man here. There's people in here smarter than you think. They can find people if it's put to the task. We could find it. Let's see. Daryl says, I ain't scared. Haha. Randy saw what happened in a video. What happens when someone comes here uninvited? Let's see. Lotus says, all right. Levy says, no, just no cookies yet. I want, Lotus says, if I wanted to, I could track your IP. Daryl says, I'm glad you like it, Olivia. Maria says, you're like FBI. We can be. Charles says, Charles is AKA for Charles Jane, the fiberglass man, fingerless man. Levy said, oh, story, what happened? Yay, did y'all rally and did the poke weed help? We had a little incident the other night, Olivia, where a guy was in here and he was in a bad spot. Everybody rallied together to help him out. It was real sketchy in one sense, but in another, everybody rallied together to help find him. Lotus said, LOL, I do have a retired FBI friend. Mike says, it looks like they make an underlayment membrane to cover concrete for the tile at Lowe's or Home Depot. Simply, yeah, I just saw it. I'll check it out and see how much it is. I might have enough tile to do what I've got on my mind. Olivia said, oh my God, I'm sorry. I screwed that up. No. Carlos said, FBI. Jesus said, question mark. Daryl said, Randy and Lotus, do you remember Larry, the shoe guy at the show? I don't. Carlos, daggone. Olivia said, oh, is that why Boggy was on the phone the other day? Yes. Jane said, Maria, he was having some mental health issues. Daryl said, Jane will know him. Jane will know him too. Lotus said, yes, I do. I will never forget Larry. Jane says, I do. Went to school with his sister. Daryl says, he wanted to see everyone's shoes. Lotus said, Larry, the shoe creeper. Daryl said he was beat to death. Oh, no. That's not good. Lotus said, oh, that sucks. Daryl says, ducking idiots. Jane said Larry was mentally retarded and rode a bike. That's not good at all. Mr. Starr said, hi. Hello, Mr. Starr. Couple more new ones in here. Y'all hit the like button. See if I can stretch out to 40, please. Let's see. Lotus said, yeah, he wasn't that bad. Jane said, oh, no. Daryl said, haven't been confirmed, but Tanya read it in the forum. And I hate to hear that. That's sad, Daryl, said Lotus. Let's see, Olivia says, touch his lucky thing and make him feel good. There you go, Olivia. Daryl said, me too. He was okay, just loved shoes. Alex said, hi. Hello, Alex. Let's see, kids beat him up last year pretty bad too. Dang. Poor guy. Man, look at there. We got 37. Can I rally 3 more? If I could get 3 more lucky thingies, it would be great. Charles says, we all good folks. I'm going to bed, catch some Z's. Everyone be careful and many blessings. Thank you, Charles. Bless you too. And thank you for stopping in. It's always good to hear from you too. Daryl says, I think his parents need charged. I think the parents need charged as well. Mike says, I'll second that, Daryl. I think the parents. Okay, I got it. I think the parents need to be charged. Yes. Annabelle says, hey, everyone. Hey, Annabelle. Yeah, she just come in and give me one more. Thank you, Annabelle. Maria said, well, if wasn't here one day, don't talk bad about me. We don't talk bad about you, Maria. Jane says, hi, Annabelle. Maria says, I wasn't. Yeah, we don't talk bad about you, Maria. I'm sure. I promise you, we do not talk bad about you. You should know that. I try to keep everything positive. Livy said, that's sad. I'd be not so nice. Daryl said, and? Annabelle says, only talk bad about Bucky, LOL. Maria says, pinky promise, I do not talk bad about you. Unknown says, do a backflip. I said, yeah, do it. I wished I could. I'll tell you what, I'll think about doing a backflip. If you'll hit that thumbs up, I'll think about it. I'm not going to do one. I ain't going to lie to you. Wished I could. Touch my lucky thingy. Maria, if someone talked bad about you, they would get 6 earfuls. That's right. And not only that, if we did, you would know it because you watched the lives the next day. Olivia says, I only give Lotus hell. Jane says, Maria, you can listen to the lives even if you aren't here. I think she does. Adam said he deserves it once in a while. Olivia says, do a backflip on Stone Cold. Lotus says, we may not know you like that, but we know you well enough to not let people talk shit. That's exactly right, Lotus. Maria says, yeah, sometimes if I have enough time, I listen to the podcasts. Lotus says, hi, Annabelle. John Deere Bottle B. Hi. Said, hi. Hello, John Deere. Man, we get a couple more in here. I might just scratch off 40 for tonight. It's showing 40 on one and 39 on the other. And he says, you single? I am not. Can you hit my thumbs up, please? Mike said, hi, John Deere Model B and Annabelle. Maria said, say that thing again about let's see, what'd she say? It's moving. Say that thing again about the likes. Touch my lucky thingy. Touch my lucky thingy, please. Olivia says, how is your C10, by the way, Pops? Did it make it? I didn't take it. It needs a set of plugs, and I don't have a trailer hitch on it, and I took my SS so I could put Randy's wheelchair thing on the back. Let's see. Jane said hi. Jacob. Maria said that Olivia hates. Yeah. Daryl says, Abby, why you ask that every night? Annabelle said, Bucky passed out again. I might go raid his gun safe. Oh, Lord. Astapology. I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry. But greetings, Earthling mechanic person. How you doing, buddy? Oh, man, we got it. Made it past 40. I appreciate it, everybody. Daryl said 40 likes. Yes. Olivia says I do not hate. Maria says LOL never failed to make me laugh. I try to, Maria. I think it's funny. It's cool. Lotus says, hey Olivia, I heard Randy has a charged jump box that could start the big black truck. Let's see. Mike says, Daryl is probably a short-term memory loss. Yeah. Freddie says, hi. Hello, Freddie. Olivia says, oh, Black Betty. We might have to do that tomorrow. Mike says, hey, Freddie. Lotus says, hi, damn, all Annabelle, empty safe. Olivia says, bam-balam. Freddie says, hi, Freddie. Lotus says, record when he opens it. Yeah. He liable to go a little crazy. Let's see. Corn says, hot beer pizza. Let's see. Reaper said, better not touch my gun safe. If he was taking me to Tokyo, I don't think I'd mess with his gun safe. Olivia says, but I have a baby shower tomorrow for Sherry. Lotus said, busted. Let's see, I missed one right here. Corn Baby says, yes, sir. Hell yes. Olivia says, also, we ran Boggy out of the house. He's dumpster diving. Samaria said, well, even if you said bad things about me, I'm going to make a video on TikTok about it and make other people to defend me. Well, you're going to have a long time before you find anything about us saying bad stuff about you, Maria. So you ain't got to worry about that. John Deere Model B says 43 likes. Yes, I'm showing 43 on one phone and 42 on the other. Carlos says, okay, guys, got to run. Y'all have a great evening. See you, Carlo. You have a good day, and thank you for stopping in. Maria says, lol, just kidding. Olivia says, all of these sisters are here and he already regrets letting us gather the great minds. Oh, Lord. Daryl said, hey, everyone, Jane just found out Larry is okay. I don't know what is being said or why they said it was him, but it wasn't him. Oh, well, good. Reaper says, I bought her guns. Lotus says, we ain't ever said anything bad. You're just our spicy friend from Iraq who tells us to eat better and be nice to cats. That's exactly right, Lotus. Well said. Thank you. Annabelle says, I ain't going to touch your safe, you big baby. Olivia says, I have to meet this Larry guy. He'll like your shoes. Rita says, if you can give advice to yourself in the future, maybe in 10 years, what would you going to say? 10 years from now? Oh, Lord, I don't know. Mike said, Lotus, didn't you mean eat cats? Ooh. Lotus says, do it when he falls asleep. Jane says, sounds like a fight on 6, someone possibly stabbed. Maria says, be alive. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what I'll tell myself 10 years from now. Let's see. Olivia says, and you say take the cats to the nearest Chinese shop, Lotus. Let's see. Reaper says, don't wear orange, bald man. Y'all know that ain't going to happen. Now, I will say, you never know, because when I was working for Thomas back in the late 90s, I wore green every payday. But now, I don't do that anymore. Hell, I don't even know when I get paid anymore. Let's see, Lotus says, I just took them to a place, then ordered Chinese. Maria says, don't talk bad about cats. They're innocent. Don't put me in this, Maria. I'm just reading. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm not saying anything. We're supposed to be saying positive things. Olivia said, ha ha ha. Maria said, green is good color. Lotus says, I have never actually been mean to a cat, even ones I don't like. Reaver says, that's just like me not getting rid of my Fords. LOL. LOL. Good night, everyone. Said Mike. Mike, thank you for stopping in. John Deere Model B says, I don't think he'll like you shoes. They might stink. Joking. Luce, I love cats, and as an orange cat and an exotic Bengal. Freddie said, better not touch my train layout. Lotus said, good night, I'll see you, Lotus. I'm fixing to end it here, but let's see. Oh, look here. Somebody come in here at the end. Randy said, good night, all. Lotus said, hide the guns, Annabelle. Reaper said, guys, she touched my safe. She touched my lucky thingy. Olivia said, no, Lotus. All right, everybody. Been a little over 2 hours, and like I said, I might shoot up there and get me some ice cream. I don't know. But anyway, y'all have a good day, good night whenever you're watching this. And like I said, thank all y'all for coming in. And I did have a good live here. Y'all have a good day, good night whenever you're watching this. Remember, keep it silly. Thank you.